So many people are tired of betting on straight wins, both team to score, and most of our popular option because this option always fail. If you are in this category, worry no more because I actually found a sport betting strategy, a secret sport betting strategy that can make you a lot of money. And this strategy does not actually take your time and it's actually stress free. I am going to teach you what to do and what not to do. And all you need to do is to make sure you watch this video to the end so you can get all this information you are currently looking out for. And if you miss out any information in this particular strategy, you will actually not win anything from the bookmakers. So what is this option? The option is actually draw in both half, no. So you can see from this particular ticket, I actually predicted draw in both half, no, draw in both half, no, draw in both half, no. Draw in both half, no. Draw in both half, no. And some of these odds are actually very good depending on the bookmakers you are actually using. I'm going to teach you how to do this with no stress, what to do and what not to do. So if you are meeting me for the first time, my name is GP Prediction. I go around teaching people that betting life very easy. And today I'm about to make your personal betting life very easy. So without wasting your time, let's get started. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, so anytime I drop a video like this, you will always be the first to be notified. So without wasting your time, let's get started now. The first thing you will need to do is to locate a bookmakers where you can actually see this particular option, draw in both half, yes or no, or we're going for no because that is the option we are going to go for. And some of these bookmakers have bigger odds, right? So you need to locate the right bookmakers. So some of these bookmakers that have this particular option, we have Pari Passer, we have 1xBet, and we have other bookmakers with bigger odds. So if you want me to give you the one working on your country, say it in the comment section and I'm going to respond to you immediately. So once you have actually located the bookmakers with that option, the next thing you are going to do is to go to your Play Store or App Store and download this application, Flash Score or SofaScore. Any of this application is fine, right? So once you have downloaded it, you go to the application. So in this video, we are going to be using SofaScore, for example, right? So you can use Flash Score if you want to, right? So when you get your SofaScore, you just locate the game. Now I'm going to show you how this particular strategy works on past game. Then I will show you how it works on real life game, so you can understand how this particular strategy works. So before I actually show you how the strategy works, let me show you the particular game. You can see this particular game here. This is what you are going to be using to do example because it's actually very clear. And after that, I'm going to show you a real life example, right? So let's go back to our SofaScore. So when you get your SofaScore, the next thing you need to do is just to locate the game you want to analyze, right? So I'm going to be using this particular game as an example, this ITA game as an example. So when you locate the game, the next thing you are going to do is to look for the team who is playing at home and the team who is playing at away. So you can see here, this is the team playing at home, ITA is playing at home, and this team is playing at away. Right, that is good. So when you want to make sure that the home team is the favorite to win, and they are at the top of the table from 1 to 3. That is the rule, from 1 to 3, and the away team must be at the bottom of the table from either from the last to the 5th. Right, I'm going to show you an example so you can see for yourself. Very simple strategy, you don't need to stress. So you go to the particular area here on your SofaScore where you see standings. When you click on it, it's going to display all the league table, the teams that are currently on the league table. So you can see here, so you can see ITA, they are currently playing, they are currently at the top on the table. And what you need to do is to make sure that the home team is in the 1, 2, 3 position in the table. So you can see the whole team must be in the 1, 2, 3 position of the table. Anything below that, you stay away from it. Now, the weaker team, which is going to be the away team, must be at least the 5, from 1 to 5 in the bottom of the table. Let me show you how to do it. So you can see this is the bottom of the table. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see this is the away team here, right? So when you get this kind of scenario, all you need to do is to go to your bookmakers and bet them draw in both half, no. They might probably draw in first half, but second half they will definitely be a winner, right? So they might even win in first half, but second half they might draw. But all you need to do is just to make sure that the stronger team is playing at home and they are in the first to third in the table, and the weaker team, they are playing at away and they are in the bottom fifth position, right? So they can actually, let me show you what I mean by bottom fifth, right? So you can see there should be at least this is the bottom team. You count the last team that are currently fifth position in the bottom, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So they should be between the last to the fifth teams in the table below, right? The last to the fifth team in the table below, right? So they can either be the last team in the league table, the second last team in the league table, or even the third team that is currently at the bottom in the league table, the fourth team that is currently at the bottom in the league table, or the fifth team that is currently at the bottom in the league table. So in this scenario, they are currently the fifth team at the bottom in the league table. So this is how the strategy works, and this is how you can actually bet it. But you have to make sure that you don't use leagues that are not popular, right? So some of these leagues you should avoid amateur league, avoid second division league, because that is the mistake I make on one particular ticket. Let me show you. Now you can see for yourself, this is a very beautiful ticket I made just to illustrate that this particular strategy does not work for amateur league. Now you can see everything is actually playing out well. Everything is playing out well until I actually went to pick up this particular league from the second league, right? So the second division or whatever, and you can see they actually spoiled it, right? But the rest of them actually played out were very easy. So if you're actually going to pick any game, you want to make sure you don't pick games from a very lower league. So that was the mistake I made on this particular strategy. So if you actually want to get more league, you don't know how to get it, just say it in the comment section, give me the leagues, and I'll definitely help you out with the particular leagues, right? So now let me show you an example on real life so you can actually see how this particular strategy works. I'm going to be using this particular game as an example just to show you how this particular strategy works, right? So you can see here that according to the odd, the home team here is actually the favorite, right, which is Lily, and the away team here is actually the weaker team, which is nice, right? So the home team is playing at home, and while the away team is playing at away, wherever. So the next thing you need to do is just to click on the particular area until you see standings, and you click on standings. When you click on standings, it's going to display the league position of each of these teams, right? So this is the league position. Now I'll tell you that the first thing you need to do is to make sure you pay attention to the home team. You want to make sure that the home team, they are currently in the first to the third position in the league table. So you can see that Lily here, they are currently the third position in the league table. So this one passed our criteria. Now the next thing you need to do is to scroll down and look for the away team where they are in the league table. Now I said that the weaker team must be at the last position in the league table. So you go to the bottom fifth position. What I mean by the bottom fifth position, it actually means that you have to go down and count the teams that are currently in the bottom. So you have to count 5 teams that are currently in the bottom. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the 5th team. So the away team, which is going to be the weaker team, must be among this particular team. That is the rule. Now you can see here that the away team here is actually among the team that are currently at the bottom, right? So the 5th team that are currently at the bottom, the away team here is among, and they are currently playing at the 4th last bottom team. Right, let me show you so you can see here. I don't know if I explained to you properly, but let's count. So this is the last team in the league table, this is the second last team in the league table, this is the third last team in the league table, and this is the 4th last team in the league table. And the 4th last team in the league table is the away team. So it actually meets our criteria. So what you need to do is to go to your bookmakers that have that particular option, draw in both half, no, and you can put them on your ticket. So that is how the particular strategy works. And if you continue like this, picking out the right league, you will definitely make a lot of money. Now, the particular strategy is actually very, very consistent, right? It is actually very consistent. So you can actually make something out of the bookmakers, and you can also take advantage of this particular strategy if they are currently playing live, and maybe the first half they played 0-0. You can go and bet, like the case of Ita, you can go and bet them to play over 0.5 second half. That is, if 0-0 they played and you see that they did not score any goal in 0-0, like in the case of Ita, they actually played 0-0 first half yesterday, and the second half they scored goals, right? So you can take advantage of it. So this is how to make money in sport betting using smart technique, right? So if you don't understand the strategy, you can go watch it, and make sure I was actually very, very clear to explain to you. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do well to subscribe, and also join my other YouTube channel where I'll be dropping out my prediction. Subscribe and get ready. I will see you in the next video. For now, peace and love. Bet responsibly. Bye bye.